Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is part 3 of all of my coloring books and updated coloring pages that I've done. I'm going to go a little faster on this video because I have limited space on my phone. This is, I think I said it's part 3. I will be showing all of my hardback coloring books. This first one is an Amazon published book. It is I Daydream by Takeuchi Art. So it is on Amazon Paper, but I wanted to try the quality of just how it would feel if I had a hardback coloring book, and it is really nice. These pictures are so pretty. I think they'll be good for coloring skin and hair. So that's I Daydream. Next up is The Ink House by Rory Dobner. This is actually not a coloring book, but it hit the coloring world by storm because the line art in this children's book is so wonderful. I've completed a few pages and it's all ink tints, so there's that one. I love how that page turned out. And I want to color this book in order and, you know, read it to my kids. So I should probably get cracking on it so that I can actually read it to them. I mean, I could still read it to them now. But yeah, I think this will be really fun to have completed. It's just, you know, this fun little story. Next up is Sigur og Sagner. I also have the newer version, Fairy Tales and Folklore. I have not completed any pages in here. This is the only duplicate book that I own from an artist. Excuse me. It's because this book is so popular and it keeps going out of print. If she illustrated a brand new coloring book, I would just squeal with delight. But, you know, I'll take what I've got. I did want to show kind of how different they are. The US version, or the English version, is a little bit wider and it's a little bit thicker. I don't know if there's no pictures in it or not. I haven't really looked at it too much. I think it's all the same pictures. It's just a thicker book. So the paper must be thicker as well. I just love, oh, maybe there's just more stuff in the beginning. I don't know. But I love this book so much. So that is the only duplicate I have. I have colored in this one a few pictures. I have a whip as well. It's just such a lovely book. So this is one that I've done when I was in my pastel stage. I still do a lot of pastels, but this is like, it was a phase for sure. That probably won't end. I just love the style that Emily has. Oh, here's a whip. It's been one of my forever whips. I started it a long time ago and have just not done anything with it. This is my current whip that I'm working on. I have this really beautiful pink and gold background that's watercolor, and I got stuck because I don't know what I want to color the I think it's the back of a mirror. I don't know what to color it like, so yeah. Excuse me. Here is another completed page. I think it's all Prismacolor pencils. They go down very beautifully in this book. Here's an earlier picture that's all straight coloring, but I wanted to play with color and pattern. And here's another page. It's got some sparkly embellishments, and I just love the vibrant excuse me, vibrant colors. Corazon's books split up into two different piles. So I'll go with her original books first. This is Daydreams. This is her very first book. This was one of my first coloring books when I first got into adult coloring, and the paper is different from the other books of hers that I have. So I have completed quite a few pages in this one. It's got a lot of tiny little doodly details. In this book, I like to do color themes. When I have coloring block, I'll just pick a color and then I'll run with it. Here's a current whip. It's got this bird. The only thing I've done on it so far is I've stamped this music in the background. I thought it would be very fitting for this book, the picture. Here's a very early piece when I was still working on learning how to do skin with colored pencils. So it does look a little funny, but you know, you gotta learn somehow, somewhere. These two pictures I did on totally different occasions with completely different pencil sets. I just kind of wanted to see if I could replicate something with another set. This is the very first picture that I colored in this book. I was so proud of the vignette that I did and just color scheme. Here is when I did red theme, a purple theme, and then I think I colored these around the same time, so I wanted them to kind of match. Pastels. Excuse me. So yeah, colored quite a few. Here's another kind of pink scene. This is one I did, I think, last year, and it's got a really pretty watercolor background, and I love how the jewels turned out. I wanted to make this look like it was gold. So I've been playing around a lot with stamps, if you can't tell. This was another early picture that I had colored. I was trying to see if I could do something monochromatic. And then this one I did with washi tape on one side because it was like color your own design, and I didn't really feel like doing that, so I used washi tape. And then I tried to match kind of the same colors on the other side. And wow, here is another early picture that I did. The rainbow took so long, but I think it's so worth it. And then I kind of was inspired by Dutch China for the birds. And I thought that kind of helped them pop on the page because, you know, their patterning is very busy and I didn't want that to get lost. This has some fun watercolor embellishments. Just a really simple picture. Didn't take me long to do. Another pastel page. Wow, I always am amazed at how much I've done in this book. I always forget. This is another early piece. I was going to do a background, but then just never got around to it, so I'm saying it's finished. And this is another Forever Whip. I don't even know how long ago I started that. So that is her first book, Daydreams. Her next book in the series is Summer Nights. And the paper is thicker. It's not as toothy as the other one. I know she also has artist's editions of her books. So this one, I went for a more muted color palette. I have mixed feelings because I love the colors, but I think I made a mistake with making the bird in the background too similar in color and shade. So this is another completed picture that I did. I think it's got glitter gel pen. Yeah, on the butterflies. And Oh yeah, I forgot I did this one. So I used a stamp for the writing in the background, and then I went through with just some watercolors that I had mixed because I wanted to kind of make it look galaxy space, and then I went over the line art with Arteza white gel pen, and I think it just turned out so cool. And it didn't take that long to do either, so I want to do that on some other pictures. Here's, I think this is one of the first pictures I did in this book. I usually do gold jewelry, but I went with silver on this picture because it matched better. And there's another one. So it's very summery, which is, makes sense because it's summer nights. Next up is Magical Dawn by Hannah Carlson. And this one has some different jewel, like shiny embellishments. It's kind of hard to, there we go. I love how the apple turned out. In the background, I used, excuse me, acrylic paint, and I kind of wanted to make it look like it was velvety, so I think it worked. Very effective. This is another picture. I did that same technique from the other book I just showed you. I used different watercolor because I really, really, really wanted this to look more galaxy since, there's the moon and the stars, and I thought I could make, kind of make her look ethereal. So this one took a lot longer because there was a lot more detail involved, but it was definitely worth it. It was really fun. And let's see. Oh, this is one of my favorite double page spreads that I've done. I just kind of wanted to do something different color-wise instead of, classic green for the foliage, and I think it turned out really nicely. I used several different media. I used pencil, I used water-based marker, I used ink tints, I used watercolor and shiny gel pen, or not gel pen, shiny Coliro, watercolors everywhere, and I love how it turned out. This one is another Forever whip. It's hot pink. I've had it as a whip for a really long time. Now that I'm more comfortable with coloring glass, I think this one will be fairly easy for me to just knock out. Excuse me. So, just kind of the same magical jewels, girls. This is one I did last year. I was playing with my stamps for the background, and I think it turned out pretty cool. And yeah, so that's Magical Dawn. Then there is Jewelry Box, which, a lot of her books already have a lot of jewels. So this has an even heavier jewel theme. Some of it is just nature still, though. Excuse me. It would be really cool to make this look like it was some sort of gold snake with jewels or something. I have not colored very much in here. Probably because jewels can be intimidating to color. This one, I loved how it turned out. I wanted to make it look like they were, old, antique pictures that somebody had on their necklace. This is one of the first pictures that I colored in this book. The glitter background. So we'll see how coloring this other side goes with that. I don't know if it will cause any issues. Oh, that's so cute. So, not very much colored in this one. Okay, that's Jewelry Box. And then I have Seasons by Hannah Carlzon. I don't know if I've colored very much on this one either. It's hard when she has so many books that are all just amazing. Oh, I forgot about this one. I think this is all Inktense. And I have a full flip through of all of these books. It's one of my most popular videos. If you want, I could try to link it in the somehow. I'll try to link it because it's kind of buried, but it's a flip through of all of the earlier books of hers. I need to do one of her more recent books as well. So watch out for that sometime. This is my other favorite double page spread that I've ever colored, and I just could look at it and look at it and look at it. It's all polychromos, and I just think every element turned out well, and everything just works well together. I used excuse me. I used a lot of color theory when I did this one. And it was before I knew the magic of adding embellishments. So had I colored this more recently, I probably would have added some gold or something shiny to these little star things. Here's another picture. This is not my favorite of hers that I've done. It just didn't really turn out very well, but that's okay. You can't have every single one turn out perfectly. So the last of her later books, or her earlier books, sorry, is Spirit Animals. And I have not colored in this one very much at all. This is a double page spread that I've done. Double page spreads are intimidating, but whenever I do them in Hannah Carlzon, they just all become like some of my favorites. They're so amazing. So I just need to kind of get over that hurdle a little bit and just crack down and do a double page spread more often. Some of these you can do individually and it works, and some would probably be better as a double page spread. It's kind of up to you as the colorist on this one for a lot of them. This one's really cool. And I love that goose and the fox. Or is that a wolf? So that's Spirit Animals. Alright, we're going to take a break from Hannah Carlzon for a moment and go into Maria Trolle. This is Droom Rees Glitterbook, and it's one of her, I don't know if it's her very first one, but they don't have there wasn't an English version when I bought this. So this is all watercolor pencil, and this one is different from her other books because it's single-sided. It tells the story of this girl. This one I think is Inktense. And watercolor pencils. So you can use more creative freedom with what media you use in this book particularly, because it is for the most part single-sided. Oh, that's cute. I didn't realize I had colored so much in this one. So you can use some more of the like alcohol markers and stuff. There are a couple, that are like this one. It wouldn't work because there's something on this side. I didn't really do much on this. I probably could have done more with the clouds, but that's okay. I was happy with it when I finished it, and that's what matters. So that's Droom Rees. And then the rest are the English versions. Excuse me. And I tried to put them in order. Some of them might be in the incorrect order as to when they were published. This one is Nightfall. She typically has an index in the back for what the different plants are. So if you're the type of person who likes to color accurately to what the plant is, that's, for you. I love her ones with black backgrounds because it just makes the colors pop off of the page. Oh, I forgot about this picture. This one was a lot of fun to do. This is all excuse me, allergies. This white is all white gel pen. I did this way before the whole galaxy trend thing. I did this like 4 years ago, I think, maybe 5. Wow, makes me feel old. This has been a forever whip. I realized it was a nighttime scene after I made things look like it was daytime, so I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I'll figure it out though, because I do like that picture. So this one has a lot of tiny little detailed flowers, very nature themed. Excuse me. Oh, I missed a page. Oh, there's this one. This was an early one that I did. I love I think it's a peony and owls, so I was excited to color that one. I think this is the first one I colored in here, and it's a little bit more murky, so you can kind of tell. Oh, this is the second book, because Twilight Garden was, well, I don't know, because Twilight Garden I bought first. This one, I love how the background turned out. It's kind of that kind of crushed velvet look that I was going for on the magnolia tree. So, Nightfall. And then Twilight Garden. This is one of my first coloring books as well, I believe. We'll see. Unless I just missed a picture. Oh yeah, this was one of my first coloring books, because this was my very first coloring page that I did in this book, and I remember it. I was very proud of it. I think now I would do just a much better job. But that's okay, because, part of coloring is having fun and learning, and this one has a lot of tiny little plant details, so I haven't colored too much. This is one of my favorite pictures, and I've wanted to color it for so long. I love foxes, so of course I had to color a fox. Wait, was that one? No. There's just a really simple mandala flower one that I did. Didn't do anything too crazy on it. Let's see. Oh, this one. Oh, so this one I distinctly remember because after I had my youngest, I just had this huge slump, and I didn't have any motivation to do anything crafty or creative. And then one day I was like, I'll just try. And I colored this, and it kind of reignited the spark. So, excuse me. So I hold that picture very dear. And then this, I love this picture. So I've got this newspaper stamp that I did in the background, and then I added these watercolor embellishments that are gold and shiny, and I think I used Prismacolor for the shading of the flower, and I just think it turned out really pretty. It looks so much better in person than on camera. And then we go into Botanicum, and I think she's released an updated version where there's a few more pictures. I haven't bought it because to me it's like, well, I already have most of the pictures anyways. This one is more seasonal in the illustrations. I love this picture. I don't remember when I did this one. It's not my favorite, but I don't hate it either. I wanted to make this little fairy girl look like she was one of the plums, so that was kind of fun. She does a little bit more illustrative type scenes that's not just like plants and stuff, but there's more characters involved in this one, because I think she really wanted to take the feedback that she was getting from the coloring community and deliver a product that, yeah. I did not finish this picture. It's probably because I was upset that the pencil smeared. I should probably just get around to finishing it, because I love tulips. I have not colored very much in this one at all. That is sad. Next up is Luna by Maria Chola. I don't know how you say her name, but that's how I say it. This one, she has an animal register and a plant register, so, for your reference, probably, be helpful for if you want to color the birds accurately to what she based them off of. There's this cute little animal. It'll be helpful for figuring out what the animal that is, but that's from when I was coloring everything pastel. I still do a lot of pastels, but yeah. Oh, yes. So this one, I think is an earlier one that I did, just because, just basing off of the skin, it's not very well done. And the vines are all glitter gel pen. And then I did this one more recently, I think a couple of years ago maybe. And I thought it would be fun to do just a different color sky for the background. This is an earlier, I think this is one of the first pieces I did in here. I used, I think, either Luminance or Polychromos, I can't remember. And then this one is more recently finished as well. I used water-based markers and it looks like Polychromos. So yeah, this one has a lot more of just the little scenes of characters doing things. I love how this octopus turned out. There's a little ship right there. I think it's Prismacolor. And this one has different animals, not just, classic woodland creatures. I love this picture so much. Let's see. Okay, this one, I did these on 2 separate occasions, but I wanted to try matching the character a little bit, so I unfortunately didn't write down what I used for the skin, so her skin does look a little different in this one. I originally messed up on the grass, but it just was not a nice color, so I did go back over with watercolor and I changed the color of the grass, and that helped a lot. But I tried to match like her dress with the poppies, and then added blues, so I think it turned out well, where you can tell it's kind of the same. And I used this really pretty fine type watercolor for the borders, so it's got a nice little embellishment. And that is everything in Luna. In Moon Valley, I have, oh, I love this one. It is so darling. Yeah, it's so cute. I need to color in this one again because the little scenes are just perfect. They're precious. I love this little snail, and he's in his house. So clever, cute. This is a one that I completed, I think, last year maybe, and I absolutely love the color scheme. It's a lot more muted than what I usually do, but I've been trying to kind of push myself outside of my typical colors that I go for, and I love this book so much. It's very pretty. This is an early, I think this is the first picture I colored in this book. I love owls, so that makes sense. And then this is a more recently finished picture. I think it was in my last completed pages. I just thought this little dragon was so cute. And a lot of my later pictures, I use so many different pencils and media that sometimes it's hard to remember what I used. So I'm thinking of designing a coloring book log that I can that we can keep track of that kind of thing a little easier. That's Moon Valley. And then the most recent book that I have of hers is Shooting Star. And the paper is thinner, but the pictures are no less wonderful. I need to color in here. I say that so much, I know. But the line art is a little bit different. I mean, still very much her style, but I think she kind of took a bit of a different approach with a lot of things as well. Just wants to change things up, which makes sense when you've been doing this for a long time. I love that. It's so pretty. That's cute. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to color this one because that, again, I love these flowers and that's just such a sweet picture. All right. Now I'm gonna go on to Klara Markova. I cannot remember the English name of this book. I don't think it's in print anymore. The rest of hers are, I think, still in print, or maybe there's another one that's not, but I don't think you can get that one at all. There's a Forever Whip. I don't even know what color I used, so I'll probably just have to make this background kind of rainbowy and such. Her books always come with a little bookmark. And oh yeah, this one I followed a color palette to do the color scheme, and I wanted to swap it. So instead of making the castle blue, I made it pink and the flowers blue. So that was fun. This is fun to just play with whimsical colors, and yeah. This is all done with Albert Dürer watercolor pencils. I think it turned out very pretty. I was nervous about doing metal with watercolor pencils, but I think it turned out really nice. Kind of an antique brass. And then this one, I think it's watercolor pencils as well. This is the first picture that I colored in here. This is also one of my first coloring books. And I remember, this is all Inktense because I had just gotten Inktense pencils. That is this one. I don't remember what it's called. Next up is Tenderful Enchantments. This is one of my favorites of her books. It's just so cute. Her pages are very, very detailed, so that's one reason why I haven't colored very much, because I like to take my time, and so it takes me longer to color her pages because I try to just make them look really nice. This is when I first got my polychromos, and I fell in love with them working on that picture. Here's a mixed media one. I used watercolor and pencil and stuff. Really cute. Oh, this is the first picture I colored in this book, and I used Prismacolor, and this paper is really soft, so it went on really nicely. Even the background is Prismacolor. I used a few different shades because I wanted to kind of make it look more underwatery. So yeah, she's got some ocean scenes, a lot of mushrooms. This is such a tragedy of a page. I was like, I'm gonna do something different, and I definitely did something different. That is for sure, and I don't think it turned out well at all. So, I mean, there's some elements that by themselves aren't bad, but everything together just you know, this is very experimental, and sometimes experiments are successful and sometimes they are not. This is a whip that I've had. I need to get back to it. You know, I've just slowly been working on it. And I love the little teapot. So that is, oh, I love this picture. I forgot about it. That tends to happen. I think this is just different pencils that I used, so I can't even remember. But, you know, just very fun and springtimey. Next is Fairy Miracles. And I colored a few in here, I know. This one is even more detailed. And there's the bookmark. I remember working on this one. I spent so much time working on it. It's all Prismacolor. I really spend a lot of time working on the background and just making it look really smooth, and I buffed everything, and I think it turned out really nicely. I worked really hard on the colors. This is watercolor pencils. I just thought this little boy fairy was cute. I have boys, and so I tend to gravitate towards pictures with little boys in them. Here's kind of a semi-pastel page that I worked on, I think around Easter one year. And this is a Forever Whip. I was loving how it turned out, and then I did her hair, and I messed up on her hair. So now that I've taken some time, I might go back and redo her hair, because, you know, I can probably add just some different coloring to make it, because I didn't want to do like the classic red mermaid hair, and I just think I didn't choose the best colors, so I can go back and fix that. This is a more recent picture that I completed. It's got all sorts of embellishments. It's got different media. Some of the green and the pink watercolor embellishments are watercolors that I made myself, so that was fun. I want to get into making some more watercolor because I have everything to do it. And then this is very pastel, and you can barely tell that everything's been colored, but I just wanted something very soft, and I think it worked out well. That's Fairy Miracles. My mom has given me some of these for like birthday and for Christmas, because we both just love these books so much, and she knows that I love them, and they are a little bit spendy to get, so because they come from, you know, different country, and shipping was expensive. These last 3 books that she has are very, very detailed. I love them a lot. I don't know if I've colored much in these ones though, just because I have a hard time choosing which one I want to do. She's got this cool little cutout, but you know, still very pretty. Oh, that's so cute. So one of these days I just need to sit down and actually pick one to do. Next is Fairy Touch of Magic, and this one has different times of year. So we've got some like wintry, Christmassy ones. I was going to do a Christmassy one from here last year, and then I just got busy with everything and didn't get around to it. Got some Halloween things. It's kind of creepy and cute at the same time. And just different seasons. So that's very spring, summery feeling. And she has some double page spreads in this one as well. There's her little cutout postcard thing. What is that? Oh, it's a fish. So I love this book. So I have not colored anything in there yet, unfortunately. And then my mom gave me this one for Christmas. Or was it my birthday? I think for Christmas this year, or this last Christmas. This is Orchard Full of Fairies. It's her latest book. She might be coming out with another one, actually, if I remember right, but it's hard to keep track sometimes. This one is really cute. You can just see that she's got the same style, but it's changed over the years, and you know, this has different season themes as well. Oh, I think that's like chocolate fountain. Oh, that's cute. Or maybe it's caramel. I don't know. It's something. So the line art is a lot thinner in this one, it seems like, than her other books. So I need to color in here. It's so cute. Okay, lastly, I will show you the rest of my Hannah Carlson books. I have about 10 minutes left on my camera, so I might just rush through this a little bit. This is Midnight Masquerade. I have these in order. She also has a Christmas one coming out later. I think it's actually already out for other countries, but I always wait for the English edition because it's cheaper to buy when it's printed in my country. So this one is really fun. It's, you know, masquerade themed. I haven't colored much in this one because there's a lot of people, and sometimes you just don't want to color people. This is a double page spread that it was a whip for a really long time, and then I think last year I sat down and finished it finally. So, and then I did this picture made with all pastels, so not much in there. And then this is Tales from the Forest Kingdom. This is my absolute favorite book of Hannah Carlson's. I love the pictures in this one so much. And I want to use the same pencil set for all of the pictures. So there's one exception in this book. It was before I made that decision, but it's all primarily Caran d'Ache Luminance. There's some other elements as well, but the primary things are colored with the Luminance pencils, just because I love how vibrant they are and they're a rich pencil, and I think these illustrations lend well to that. So here's another completed page. This guy reminds me of Mr. Tumnus from what's it called? Narnia. Here's a whip. I totally forgot this was a whip. I need to put that on my whip pile. I colored this when my family came to visit last year, and I love how the colors are turning out. I'll probably do this ring of gold, and then I've just got to figure out what to do with the inside of here and the background. So that one will be fun to finish. This is watercolor pencil, so this is the first picture I colored in here, and I liked it, but then I used Luminance, and I was like, oh gosh, this is magical. I have a tutorial on how I did the metal on my channel, and then I did just a bunch of shimmery watercolor because I felt like that added to the fairy theme of the picture. And this is a more recent page that I finished. Kind of some darker color tones. I wanted something a little bit more rich for like jewel toned and stuff, and muted background. And then this is one that I did a couple years ago, and I love I love it. So that's Tales from the Forest Kingdom. Next is Tales from the Witch's Cottage. And I don't know if I've colored anything in these last 3 books, just because that's kind of when I got really busy with life. This one would be really cool to do, but also it's like, oh, what would you do? But I think you could do some cool things with it. It's very pretty artwork. Yeah, just So, Tales from the Witch's Cottage. Then I have Tales from the City Among the Stars. I was a little bit on the fence for this one because it's very steampunk. There's a lot of metal and stuff, but I eventually decided, I do really like some of the artwork in it. It is cool, so even if I don't color everything, I'll still appreciate the artwork. And I'm also a bit of a completionist, so since Hannah Carlzon is one of my favorite artists, I decided that I would support her and complete the series. The last one that I will show you is Tales from Atlantis, and this one is, I think, the one right before her Christmas book that just came out. So this one is all like underwater ocean themed and kind of Atlantis, I heard mixed reviews about this one, so I was nervous when I watched a flip through and I was like, what? This is so beautiful. But I think people just wanted more underwater mermaid type scenes or something. I don't know, but I think it's a really pretty book. And that is all of my hardback books, besides like my Korean and Chinese ones, because I think I have a few like that. But thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what your favorite book to see was.
Now can you help me with
Stay tuned for part 4. I will probably be showing my Asian books, so that includes my Chinese books, my Korean books, and the Japanese ones that I own. I have some good ones. Those ones might be harder for me to get links to because I bought a lot of them when Book Depository existed and now it doesn't anymore. And some of those books are just, you can't find them very easily. So I won't have as many links, but I will try to have as many links as I can in all of my videos. Let me know if there's anything you want to see a full flip through on, and I would be more than happy to do that. And I hope to see you next time. Happy coloring!